Welcome to the War3Station Cup, day 2, the final 4 it is, and man, it's pretty promising. Semifinal number 1 is already on the way in a best of 3. This is FoCuS versus PCG in an Orc versus Undead matchup, and we see a Farseer off of FoCuS. That's cool. Didn't expect this, to be honest. FoCuS, one of the best Blade Master players there is, and with his item luck on this very match, this screams for a Blade Master, and of course Shop Control, Windwalk, you know it. But more and more players are throwing in a Farseer here and there. On the other side, we have 15 Sway with a Rod of with the Sacrificial Skull and an Acolyte. He's not expanding against Orc, is he? Oh boy, he is! I don't know if that's the right thing to do, to be honest. Against a Farseer, isn't this ultra easy to harass with wolves? I think it is, but first he has to figure this out. So FoCuS has two choices now. Either we go for the base. There is a tower, but it's only a Narup, so we can go for the Acolytes with wolves or more ghouls. He sold the altar as well to be able to do this. Haunted is coming up, Necropolis as well, so PCG at the moment supply stuck and under pressure. While FoCuS is teching, is there a grunt even? Yeah, I think there is, but only one. So that's the first kill. And that enables Chain Lightning, and that's almost the second kill. Man, this is a lot of trouble for PCG right away. Oh. Take care, baby. There we go. But the Grunt sees the expansion, confirms this. The danger here for FoCuS is to get all his Grunts surrounded. That shouldn't happen. But if he cancels this gold mine... Oh my, this is a disaster if this turns out this way. Oh, it's getting close. He can resummon wolves if he wants to. He's trying to get rid of that Grunt, but even if he loses that Grunt, it's still an amazing trade. And FoCuS is about to save it. Oh, he denied it. Very well done. That's level 2. That's no level 2. That's a tier 2 tech. Almost done. He can't just Wyvern him. What is PCG supposed to do? The only thing he can do is tower up. DK very hurt. Only Nerubian towers, so no graveyard, no spirit towers. So even if he towers up, it's no damage. And there's a double Beastery plus a Shadow Hunter. This looks like Wyvern to me. I don't know. Like, expansion versus Orc. On tier 1 with the DK. That's definitely a pocket strat. Yo, Thumb, how's it going? Yeah, this is a very, very dominating FoCuS. He's adding a couple more Grunts, and he's just doing it again. Could be Chain Lightning right clicks as the DK is far away. Or just new wolves. The pressure is insane. Shadow Hunter is out, and we confirm the Wyvern. That's the best choice you can do. Because Undead Anti-Air is only unlocked at tier 2. Either Gargs or Fiends with Web. He doesn't even have a graveyard yet. So the only Anti-Air is Coil, which requires mana, and the Nerubian Tower, which... Oh, well, that's the spoiler here. And the Nerubian Tower, who doesn't do anything. Oh, there should be Hex. There is Hex. FoCuS stomps PCG into the ground in less than 7 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much a build auto win. But even against the Blade Master, what do you expect as PCG? Your Expo is so vulnerable. The Orc tech is so fast. Yeah, not even hero kills. I mean, even if he kills both heroes now with crazy surround 12 hex on the grunt, the ghoul. Even if he goes for hero kills, there's still the problem of Wyvern. FoCuS is supply stuck. Okay. And teching 2 tier 3. He has all the time in the world.
The town is under siege.
Wow. Level 2 already. This is so one-sided. One of the most one-sided semifinals I've seen since yesterday's Happy versus Neutron. Which was a disaster for the Night Elf. But yeah, tower gone. Haunted Goldmine gone. If PCG wants to accomplish anything, he has to rebuild his entire base. He had to rebuild the altar already. He is teching. So he got that going for him.
A player's forces are under attack.
The Halls attack the Murlocs. Yep. Things go from bad to worse. So welcome back, DK, but spoiler alert, you won't last that long. Oh, level 3. Wolves are so overwhelming without Dispel. Or is he going for Chain Lightning? No, it's Wolves. PCG refuses to die for now, but I don't really get why. Okay, there we go. That was a quick one. That was a very, very quick one. But FoCuS comes in here as the big favorite of this entire tournament. And yeah, it shows. Like, boy, oh boy, was that one-sided. And lesson learned, you should never play expansion versus orc. Not a tier 1 expansion, at least. Can be harassed with a Blade Master who kills all your acolytes. Can be harassed with a Farseer with Wolves who goes for your acolytes. And then, like, tier 2 is just so late. And anti-air is so late. And a Wyvern Rush, if well executed, if well timed, just kills you. It was a quick 1-0 for FoCuS. Just one map away from the grand final and from the silver medal, which is already $140, I think. Yeah, PCG is... I was surprised yesterday that he played serious, for his standards at least. But yeah, this was definitely a cheese. You can maybe do this on a bigger map. But on Echo Isles, it's so easy to scout. Neo looks like a thin Zach Galifianakis? What? I never heard that before. But I kind of like it. I'm fine with that. Zach's a cool dude. Hey, OC, how's it going? Yeah, just use the Twitter quests in the meantime between the games here on Matcherino. And you do. And I love that you do that. Seems like the partnership of Back to Warcraft and Matcherino is a good one. Good luck at Creepjack today. Yeah, I need that. I didn't play yesterday because it was like 11 hours casting solo. So I was too exhausted. I got some food, nice little kebab, and almost like fell into a coma. Asparagus soup or peanut soup? Asparagus soup. For sure. Probably the first time someone said thin about Neo. Yeah, I'm not thin really. I lost a lot of weight in the past 2 years or so. Like these embarrassing moments where Remo showed event pictures from the past. Oh boy, was I chubby. Those were the days where potato chips were my favorite food, pretty much. Disgusting. Thinking back to it now. Oh boy. So, yeah. This invitational thing is super overwhelming, as I said yesterday. I expected this to go for like 2 weeks. Because last time, we wanted to raise some funds. We did that with the donation bar thingy in-game. And it really didn't work. We tried for a year, and we got like $200 or something. And then we finally found a sponsor, which was great. But this... so sick. I have not seen Lin play since WGL. Is he still playing? Yes, he played the Gold Finals afterwards, and he will be playing Sunday in the Yule Cup. So it seems like our Chinese friends have quite some issues starting the game. I'm using the watch function because being from Europe, I feel like it takes me forever to join the games directly. And there's a higher chance of causing a disconnect while joining. So I need a better ping accelerator first, and then I'm joining the games live again. I don't want to interrupt the tournament process if we have a cool function like watch here on NetEase. People are giving money for the prize pool, but I hope you still make some money yourselves in the process, as you make really hard work. As long as we have content, we're making some money. And yeah, with $1,500, we can create some cool content. I'm not a guy who says, now we have cracked the initial 500. Oh, there's $1,500. Then I'm taking a casting fee for myself. No. Maybe we give something to the admins, or for some graphics. But if we run a crowdfunded event, I will not take a share for a casting fee for myself. That's sounds hilarious to me. So they're still trying to get this game on the way. Till when are you collecting money? We're kind of thinking about how we do this. I think we will just continue this until the event starts. Or we... I didn't find the function like how to stop. I can't stop. I think I'll just leave it to Duro, who's our League Ops guy. It sounds very reasonable to split it in two, actually, because $1,000 is kind of nice for an invitational as well. And then we have 500 as a start for the next one, which I think should be a Chinese invitational. Thank you for Glory Heaven. €10 donation coming in. Keep up the good work, guys. Hope to see you. You're coming to Sweden? Dude! Yes! This is gonna be great. You're coming to Jönköping? I owe you like 50 beers or so. Or whatever you drink. This makes me really happy to see. I mean, the stakes at DreamHack got even higher with the WGL announcement yesterday. as the top 2 Western players will be invited to WGL, the $70,000 tournament, hopefully at the end of June, which I still think is a little tight-knit schedule-wise. I've been to Jönköping, it's so pretty. The DreamHack guy said that there's, like... It's not the most exciting city in the world, but... Every time I've been to Sweden, it was really good. I don't get your shirt, Spanish love songs. That's not usually what we hear on this channel. It's my second favorite band of all time. I love Spanish love songs. Where can I find the WGL announcement? Easy! Exclamation mark WGL Summer. As an American, it was beautiful, but yeah, Swedish people always talk about it being a shithole. Yeah, I think after Jönköping, if there's nothing too crazy, I will spend a week in Sweden. My last vacation is... When have I been to Thailand? 3 years ago? I think so. So yeah, just spend some time with Endars and the Swee boys. Sounds good. Yeah, let's hope that Corona is not fucking the event like it did with IEM. But we have like 3.5 months, so hopefully this will all calm down a little. Of course, the German would want the vacation in Sweden. Why not? I never explored Stockholm. I never explored Gothenburg. And in general, I just want more time with Team Sweden. More time with Team Sweden is always a good time. 1 week with Knopf. I think I'm gonna dodge Knopf because he might force me to work out at his studio, and that's the least I want to do. Thailand is perfect for degenerates. Nah, it was really cool. I wasn't on these islands that everyone is talking about, but rather in the mountains. It was like jungle / mountain setting with a lot of waterfalls and stuff. That was really cool, really chill. We had like a 2-week WGL before, and then it was just 2 weeks of relaxing in the woods. That was nice. Will you cap the invitational prize pool? I don't know how that works. But we're thinking about splitting it in 2. How's the full-time trial going so far after 2 months? Seems doable. Gotta say, the first 2 months of being full-time were really, really rough. But not money-wise, just emotions and ups and downs and good news and bad news and adjusting. But I think I'm over it. I think I'm in workhorse mode again. So yeah, feels good. The best thing so far was coming back from Anaheim and knowing that I don't have to go to an office the next day. That was awesome. I mean, I had to cast the next day, but it wasn't like waking up at 8 and, you know. Did you know that Corona is a kind of beer? Yes. And they did really well in the last month. I thought they're doing horrible. wasn't there like a statistic that 15% of the American people think that the beer is responsible for the virus or something? Something weird. Were you at Anaheim for BlizzCon? No, for DreamHack. Oh, speaking of DreamHack, ESL is in charge of the YouTube VODs. And they are supposed to upload that in the next days. There was a fake statistic. Ah. Fell for it. You know, that's what you get when you only read the headlines. Stupid idiot. I mean, it does say a lot about Americans when I trust this statistic, like this fake statistic, right? Of course, you're not all the same. I know that. There are wonderful Americans amongst you. Great shirt. Thank you. Says something about you too. That's right. That is very right. Okay, we finally have a game. We just have to wait one more minute. 97% of Europeans fall for fake statistics. Damn, that's a lot of us. I didn't think it would be that high, but if you say so. Yeah, actually, like, I listen to a lot of news these days. I don't listen to that much music anymore. I listen to too much music, to be honest. I was a little addicted. But now I listen to a lot more podcasts and newscasts, which is kind of nice. But the news are always shit, so I don't know. I need to balance that out. Oh, that was a joke with the 97%. Really, guys? Ah, and I fell for it. I am so stupid. You know that 97% of the viewers don't get irony and sarcasm? It's a fun start to the stream. I like it. Even though we have some issues starting game number 2. Chat is good to me today. Thanks. You seem to be in a good mood today as well. And we get our game on the way. Yesterday went really well, I gotta say. When it comes to joining games, disconnects, rehosting, stuff like that. That kind of happens also on NetEase. But today, we kind of have a rough start. Oh, wait a second. It is PCG. So let's have a game. I'm still trying. Like at the moment, I have to grab my entire screen, which I don't really like, but I don't know how to change that. Yeah, this doesn't really work anymore with window grab or whatever. Let's go with like game capture. Oops. I don't think so. Okay. Wait. we have to go with this now. Game number 2, match points for FoCuS. We have PCG in the bottom left and FoCuS with the 1-0 lead in the upper right of Northern Isles. We've seen a lot of Northern Isles yesterday in the GGG's Cup. Once again, shout out to the admin, RoboGoblin, who's doing a phenomenal job with the GGG's Cup.
A player's forces are under
So
attack.
Death Knight again, no Lich first, Crypt Lord first, tower rushes, no Tinker shenanigans. PCG is able to do that, so I wouldn't be too surprised. FoCuS again with the Farseer. Second game in a row. And once again the fast tech. This time though, PCG not aiming for an expansion. There would be suicide again. You just brought that up just to say GGG's twice. You're right. I love the name GGG's. I don't know why people hate the name so much. Like yesterday on Town Hall was a discussion as well. Why do you hate the name GGG's? So good. So FoCuS creeps up to level 2, then probably into Harass, which is not that easy this time, as there is double Ziggurat, and the first Fiend is coming out as well. So that's a decent start for PCG, who can play really well, kind of if he wants to. But sometimes he's just the ultimate troll,
A player's
and not really in a good way. Just throwing games. FoCuS a little too late to Harass this year. But maybe he can get a skeleton or two for this extra bit of experience. And healing didn't get cancelled, so it's all good for him. On the Orc side, all standard. Waiting for the tier 2 for the Shadow Hunter. This looks like tier 3 play, right? Just normal meta. And both are kind of preventing level 3, but level 3 is more important for the undead here. So every second that the Farseer keeps the DK and the rest of the army from creeping, I guess he gets experience from skeletons. So he's slowly but steady rising up. And the DK is getting nada. Oh, Chain Lightning lasted. Not even willing to invest a coil. I hope Spiral is not watching, or he might get PTSD from this camp. Did you see that? Ooh, that was nasty. 3 grunts to 1 camp. So PCG, this is not working too well. FoCuS is in full control. Outmaneuvers him. DK never got in range. Now he has Fiends to use against the Wolves, but he's kind of got to be careful. Wait, is it a late second hero?
player's forces are under
Goes
attack.
Beastery. Yeah. Into TC second. Okay. So it's not tier 3. Kind of standard Orc then. Yeah, why would you go tier 3 if it's Farseer? So it's tier 2 expansion. And PCG is scouting for that. So Lich is coming soon. We finally find the time for level 3. The thing is, if he's going for this creep spot now, FoCuS is just getting this one easily. So he's kind of forced to contest to not lose this camp. But then it's once again almost no progress, so hard decision for PCG. Cloth plus 9. Sweet. Greater mana. Really good. So Slaughterhouse tier 3 into push, while we have a War Mill here. And Raider. Plus the TC ready. Man, FoCuS is getting too much done with this Farseer. Level 3. All the easy spots close to the base gone. And PCG is not level 3. And the Lich has no levels.
A player's forces are under attack.
That's indeed a problem. Farseer is annoying again. With Wolves. Nice reveal. But the Lich decides to go for Nova. Coil hits him, but it's still only level 1. Ziggurat survives, that's important. And with the Wolf, he gets level 3. So finally that coil. But there's a lot more crowd control on the Orc side now. We have End Snare halfway done. We have Storm available. And he's getting that shop. Oh, Scourge Bone Chimes. Yeah, baby! Coil Nova, though. Calculated, right? 7 HP. He's losing a not even losing a grunt. Wow, that escape by FoCuS. 8 HP Farseer, 30 HP grunt. But you kind of have to back up this tier 2 orc play with an expansion. And I wonder when he's supposed to go for that. And Snare flying. Here's the Nova. Death Knight gets the last hit. Lightning Shield. Well done. As everything is melee, everything gets hurt. And the coil secures the life of this Crypt Fiend. Speed Scroll. Stomp coming in. There's no Dark Ranger yet. Waiting for this. Oh, the statue's a big pickup. PCG can't morph him. Destroyer upgrade is not ready. Once again aiming for that Farseer. Wants to coin over. Book of the Dead surround. Speed Scroll out. He couldn't close it anymore. And that's an item pretty much wasted. Kills the Grunt, gets the stun, but only hits the book. Grunt's all hurt. Lich is on the prowl. 4 mana for the Nova. And they're both next to each other. This could be a double kill for PCG. He doesn't even need the Nova. There we go. And many, many more coils to use. FoCuS, what are you doing? This is a disaster for you. Lich getting coiled as he didn't hit the DK. Farseer is finally back, and he did not expect the zap. What a brawl in the middle. PCG now moving away. That was... yeah, FoCuS coming back. All of a sudden, Lich gone. Fiend kills. This one's abandoned. But I guess it wasn't necessary that FoCuS loses so much there.
A player's forces are under attack.
Without Destroyer... without Orb, even. Missed 2 stomps. Lost 2 grunts and a radar. Gets headhunters now, which are kind of easy to kill. Yeah, now PCG at the end lost way too much. Creeping is an issue. At least he has a statue again, as he needs mana. And that's time for FoCuS. I feel if he TPs earlier, after the triple kill, everything's fine. Everything is more than fine, actually. But now FoCuS is in full control. Lich revive cost a bit. No third hero yet. Finally dispel. Oh, but another fiend and snared and killed. 35 supply only. PCG a little too greedy. He has 1 Nova. He wants to get rid of Ensnare and of the heroes. Oh, that stomp was decent, I would say. He's one of the guys who never aim for the DK, right? Which should always be split from the rest of the army, so you can use the coil. Ghouls are in this fight. No frenzy, though. No, the headhunters, they are gone, but so is the first destroyer. Wolves are so good. Almost a double kill on that fiend. He's losing this one. Problem is anti-air a little. Does he have another speed scroll? It's again a couple of unnecessary losses. Oh man, this is annoying. With the window popping up. There's soon to be a stomp again. Yeah, not the biggest army for FoCuS anymore, but Expo at 70-80%. PCG has to focus this with the Dark Ranger now. That's of course a nice silence. Could use it. It's Black Arrow, right? Oh yeah. Interesting choice. As you really want to disable this TC. Can the Tri-Hero work against only Headhunters? If the TC mana is low? Uh-oh. Yeah, that's no TP. That's the Storm, right? No? Yes? Yep. Bye. Bye. Level 4 and 4. And with that, it's pretty safe to say that FoCuS has a smooth sailing into the grand final. PCG, pretty much nothing left. Expo against him. Could even tech to tier 3, but he doesn't even need it. DK revive, but it's just... looks overwhelming. Lich back from the tavern. Oh my, this is so much gold. And it doesn't matter at all. Tavern revive, no coil as there is no mana. And the Lich falls again. Everything else will fall too. PCG seems to enjoy his time in the semifinal, as he's spending a lot of unnecessary time here. Zap! Wolves are chasing. They're really fast. Dark Ranger falls. Man, this is a slaughter. Nothing but a slaughter. And that's the GG. PCG eliminated from the semifinal, down to the game for third. FoCuS is our finalist, as we expected. Yeah, that was obvious. No big surprise here. Surprises do happen in Warcraft. But yeah, not here. FoCuS too stable. And we will determine his opponent next. It's going to be Colorful versus 15 Sway. It's going to be an all LP grand final. The question is, will the two favorites prevail? That would be FoCuS and Colorful. Or will 15 Sway cause an upset? He was quite good recently. So can he challenge Colorful? It's so weird for me to speak of Colorful with praise. But that's what he deserves at the moment. The new rising Night Elf star. After getting married and after becoming a father, next step is becoming great at Warcraft, and he's on the best way. So his game is coming up next. Stay tuned.